This is a brief video on our term project on yoga for Parkinson's. So this is a brief routine we came up with Esther. She's a movement analyst and she's been teaching yoga for approximately 30 years, and this is the routine that we came up with for people with Parkinson's.
Alright, so our first exercise is more of a warm-up exercise. We will be doing some quiet sitting while paying attention to our breathing. This exercise is calming, it helps focus the mind, and stimulates circulation, which prepares the body to move. As you can notice, our participant is sitting with his feet on the ground, his chest is out, he's facing forward, and his eyes are closed, all while making sure he's breathing. The second exercise is a foot massage. It improves sensory awareness, flexibility, standing and walking ability. Before we actually start our exercise, we're going to start by stretching our hamstrings. Pay attention how far you can reach during the stretch. Next, we will perform the actual massage with the ball. You can pick any desired size of the ball, or the hardness or texture. If you have sensitive feet, you can use a softer ball. So during exercise, you start by moving your feet like on top of the ball, like front and back with the foot. Then you can go side to side, start from the back of the foot to the front of the foot, going in zigzags. You can do this on both feet. After you've done this for a few minutes, you can stand up and try a hamstring stretch. When you're doing this stretch, notice how much further down you can stretch after you've done the foot massage. The next exercise we're going to do is the arm and shoulder stretching exercise. This can be done standing or sitting down. Most Parkinson's patients should probably do this sitting down. So we're going to start doing the exercise by interlocking our hands. Make sure your palms face outwards, and then we're going to keep our head up and raise our arms over our head and push your hands upwards. Hold for about 15 seconds. Then we release our hands and bring our arms down slowly. Then we can repeat the same exercise with the opposite initial hand grip. This exercise is good to release neck and shoulder tension, open chest for improved breathing, and mobilize kinesthetic and spatial awareness. Our next exercise is tricep stretch. We will start by raising our hand as far as you can. If you are less affected, you can hold it beside your head. With your other hand, you can hold your elbow. You can hold this for about 20 seconds. Then you can repeat the same exercise with your other arm. If your range of motion is limited, you can raise your arm as far as you can and try to push back with your other hand. This exercise helps with the flexibility of the shoulders as well as the range of motion. The next exercise is a seated twist. This is a two-part exercise. The first part consists of more of upper body involvement. So we're going to start off by putting our arm on the back of the chair and our other arm on the side of the knee. You hold this stretch for about 20 seconds, making sure your body is erect and your chest is out. You do this on both sides. The second exercise is involving more of the lower body. You start off by turning your body to the side. Make sure you're sitting tall. You put one of your arms on the back of the chair and make sure your other hand is grabbing the side of the chair. You walk your feet to the front of the chair Make sure you are breathing and you're sitting tall. You should feel this in your abdominal region. The benefits of this exercise are that it stimulates internal organs for better GI and adrenal function, elicits hip flexion to prepare for sitting, standing, weight shift, and walking. The next exercise is dog pose. This exercise is adapted for Parkinson's disease patients using a chair. So we'll start by grabbing the seat of the chair. We'll walk our feet back and make sure our hips are above our knees. Make sure to extend your torso and push your thighs back. You might not feel burn on your back because you'll feel it more in your hamstrings, but it's actually stretching both. So hold this for a few seconds and make sure you're not tucking in your chin or you're not lifting your head up. Just make sure your head is in line with your spine. The benefits of this exercise are that it adds lower body stretch along with grounding through legs and feet, and it connects the upper and lower body. The next exercise is a tree pose exercise. This is adapted for Parkinson's patients using a chair. You can hold on to the chair as needed. So you start off by putting your foot right above your ankle or as high as that is comfortable, making sure you're maintaining your balance. You lift your arm above your head and maintain for a few seconds. If you feel like you're losing balance, you can put your foot down or hold on to the chair. We can also experiment with both sides. The benefits of this exercise are that it teaches weight shift for breaking the freezing. It also helps with postural alignment, balance and stability, stimulates full body neuromuscular patterning, connecting upper and lower body. It also provides imagery that supports individual approach to problem solving, empowerment, and fun. Our next exercise is the warrior pose. We'll start off by spreading our feet apart. We'll turn one foot outwards. We'll lean to one side, making sure our knee is above our foot. We can raise one of our arms without bending the elbow. If you have trouble maintaining balance, you can hold on to the chair. If you are more advanced, you can open both arms. You can hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then you can try doing the same exercise with the other direction. The benefits for this exercise are for strength, body organization, balance, posture, and positive attitude. Our next exercise is a dog pose, but this one is for more advanced patients who are more able to move and have less restrictions. So we're going to start off on the ground with our hands and knees on the floor. Next we will lift our hip backwards. Try to lift up off the floor. Try to keep your back and your knees as straight as possible and hold for about 30 seconds. The benefits of this exercise are it helps re-release tension and stiffness, especially with focus on slow, even breathing. So we're going to end our exercises with the resting pose. There's 3 different resting poses depending on how severe symptoms are of Parkinson's disease. There's advanced, moderate, and severe. First we're going to demonstrate the resting pose for advanced patients. We're going to start off by laying on the floor and putting our legs on the wall as straight as possible without bending our knees. Make sure all muscles are relaxed. no contractions, have arms open, and focus on breathing. You can do this exercise as long as desired, or as long as it takes you to really relax. The next resting pose is for Parkinson's disease patients who are less affected. For this resting pose, we're going to use a chair. We're going to place our legs on top of the chair with our knees bent, relaxing flat on our back. We're also going to have our arms open with our chest open and breathing. The benefits of this exercise, as well as for the patients who are advanced and are not affected as much by Parkinson's, are that this exercise relieves fatigue, provides inversion benefits. These inverted benefits are that it helps stimulate endocrine and hormonal systems for improved energy and organ function. The last resting pose is for Parkinson's disease patients who are severely affected. Since not all Parkinson's disease patients can manage to have the upside down positions, instead we're going to sit on the chair with our chest out, sitting tall, and with our palms facing forward. We'll focus on breathing with eyes closed and taking several deep breaths. This pose helps relieve fatigue and helps relax at the end of the exercise session. This next piece is techniques to help Parkinson's disease patients get up off of the floor after doing the resting pose exercise. So we'll start off by turning our body to the side, and then we'll use our hands to push up off of the floor. Next, we'll turn to the crouched position and try to stabilize our feet and stand up. The next technique is for patients who are severely affected by Parkinson's disease. First, we will turn to our side and push up off of the floor. Then we'll use a chair and push up off of the chair and use that to get up off the floor and stand up.